press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello dear students, let me continue lecture number 13 from work, energy, power. Okay, of course now we are in collision concepts, so I covered so many formulas in collisions like the coefficient of restitution, and in the last topic I think we covered means we entered into the inelastic head-on collision. Okay, anyhow we have the formulas of final velocities that is v1 is equals to m1 minus e m2 by m1 plus m2 into u1 plus 1 plus e m2 u2 by m1 plus m2. So I hope you remembered all these formulas, and of course v2 also written, and the loss of kinetic energy, and anyhow we know there is no loss of kinetic energy in case of elastic collision, but there is a loss of energy in case of inelastic collision. Okay, now let me enter into the two-dimensional collision, or before that let me give one more concept. Okay, that is also helpful for entrance point of view. So write down one more concept like speed of a bullet they will ask in some problems. Okay, so better you write one heading as a note, only formulas are sufficient, and see the concept how I am extending. So write down the heading ballistic pendulum. Ballistic pendulum. Generally you can write speed of bullet, that is better thing actually. Speed of bullet in case of collision concepts. So anyhow I written the name ballistic pendulum. Pendulums means there are so many like simple pendulum, compound pendulum, conical pendulum, physical pendulum. So many will come that you learn. We are going to learn in other chapters. Okay, torsion pendulum. Anyhow, here I written the name ballistic pendulum. Generally, this is used to find out the speed of the bullet. Okay, ballistic pendulum concept will helps in finding speed of the bullet. Okay, here this pendulum consists of some wooden block arrangement that is suspended from the rigid support. Just you see here, this is the wooden block suspended freely. This is the wooden block whose mass, let me take it as something capital M, suspended freely from the rigid support, and see there is a bullet like this moving with speed u and mass, let me consider m. So this arrangement generally we can treat as a ballistic pendulum. Here a bullet of mass small m that is moving with a speed u and going to strikes wooden plank. Wooden plank is at rest. You feel this is the first body, this is second body. So this is at rest. Take u2. This u1 is equal to u. m1 is equal to small m, m2 is equal to capital M. Okay, u2 is at rest, and then it will penetrate like this. Once the bullet strikes the plank of wood, then what happens? Plank of wood will rise like this. If this bullet will embedded in a plank of wood, then the plank of wood will reach some height. This plank of wood will reach some height. So let us suppose the bullet is inside the plank of wood. Now what is the total mass? M plus M, and this will move with some common speed V. Nothing but V1 plus V2, V1 V2 is equal to V, and see the height of center of mass rises by the system is something h. This is theta, M is the length. Okay. Now target is to find out speed of the bullet. So feel that the bullet is inside the plank of wood and both are moving with a common velocity. Then from law of conservation of linear momentum before the collision is mu, m1 u1, nothing but small m into u, plus m2 u2, u2 0, so no need to write, plus m1 v1, m1 v1, m into v plus capital M into v. Got this one? M1 V1. What is V1? V1 is V. What is V2? V2 also V. M into V. Now take LCM. Means take V common. V is equals to, we got mu by small m plus capital M. So what is this? Common velocity of the block and bullets, wooden block and bullet, common velocity. And see, bullet is this combination is moving at a speed v and rises by height h. Then this v can be written as, here v is nothing but root 2 gh. Otherwise, you balance kinetic energy at the lowest point, which is balanced by the potential energy at the highest point. Kinetic energy, potential energy. So, kinetic energy of this system at the lowest point, half m plus m into v square. Half m plus m into v square. At the highest point, mgh means m plus m. Masses gets cancelled. Gh 1 by 2 will be left. So, you will get v is equal to root 2 gh if you apply conservation of energy. Okay. So, conservation of energy from, so here v is nothing but root 2 gh. So, we can write root 2 gh, which is equivalent to mu by m plus m, and u is equals to m plus capital M into root 2 gh by small m. See, this small u, call it as what? What is small u? Speed of bullet. Small u is the speed of bullet. Okay. Here I written v as a root 2 gh, possible by using energy. Directly also we can know, if a body moving in height h, then what is the speed? V is equal to root 2 gh. U is equal to, I got m plus m into root 2 gh by m. So, use this formula when problem is given like this. If you want h also you can change. If height is not given, something length of the wire is given. If length of the wire is given, then see, this is the height of center of mass, this height. I think you know this height. Recall the simple pendulum concept, L into, I think you remember this height. U is equals to m plus m 2g, what is h? L into 1 minus cos theta. See the previous classes, class number 1 or 2, I think, session 2, I think I covered like this. If a pendulum is pulled through an angular displacement theta, then h is L into 1 minus cos theta. H is L into 1 minus cos theta. If theta is given, if h is not given, if they given L and theta, use this formula. Okay. And let us find the loss in kinetic energy. So, loss in Ke, nothing but initial kinetic energy minus final kinetic energy. Okay, take the magnitude, final minus initial. So, delta Ke we can write, initially is only half m u square, final is half m plus m v square. Final is nothing but mixed, m plus m moves with common velocity v, substitute that v value here. So, delta Ke is half mu square, half m plus m. What is v? V is small mu. So, m square, u square, m plus capital M square. 1 m plus m, 1 m plus m cancelled. Half mu square, half mu square. Take common. Delta Ke, if I take half mu square common, 1 minus 1 m is there, 1 m is taken out, 1 m is there, m by m plus capital M. So, half mu square, take LCM, m plus capital M minus m by m plus m. Now, delta Ke, we got it as half small m capital M u square by m plus m. See, this is the loss of kinetic energy in this concept, okay, in this case. So, use these formulas to solve this type of question. Means, if they given like this, a bullet is moving with a speed something 200 meter per second, whose mass is 0.1 gram and hits a plank of wood suspended from the rigid support, and the bullet is embedded inside the plank of wood, and both are moving with a common velocity. If they give, then we can find speed of the bullet. If they ask you to find the loss of energy, use this formula or use this concept to find that question. Don't worry, I am going to cover all these questions. Now so far I am continuing just only concepts. Earlier I started concept with some problems, but what I am continuing here is just I am continuing only concepts. Why? Because I am going to give problems in the assignment sheets. Okay. So in that assignment I will cover some good level of questions. So I hope you received the assignment sheets that I'll ask. So from the assignment sheets I'll continue some questions. Let me give you some idea about the two-dimension collision. Okay, there are so many 2 to 3 varieties. Let me continue that. Oblique collision with line of impact, some other things. Let me start in an easy way. So write down heading. So let me start with elastic collision in 2D. Elastic collision in 2 dimension. We can call it as oblique collision. Yeah, see here. See, anyhow in collisions we know in the direction of motion of the bodies, based on the direction of motion, we have 2 types of collisions that I covered. So based on the direction of motion of particles, collisions are classified into, one is one dimensional collision like head on collision, head to head on collision. Other one is oblique collision. We can call it as 2 dimension collision. So in 1 dimension collision we know the particles moves only along a straight line before the collision and after the collision. In case of 2 dimensional collision, the particles moves in plane. One particle may move along x axis, one more move along y axis. Okay, so they are move in different directions with different angles. So here the collision is not confined along a straight line. If the collision is not confined along a straight line, then that collision we can call it as a 2 dimensional collision. Okay, so for this let me write some equations. Let us consider a particle of mass m1 moves with a speed u1, and this is going to strike another particle, another body, sphere, whatever, whose mass is m2. Let us keep u2 is 0, means that body is at rest. Okay, m2 is at rest. Here after the collision, see, after the collision one body will move like this, either maybe m1 or m2, that no need to worry. Okay, one body will move in this direction, one more will move in this direction. Let us suppose this is m1. Okay, you can write m2, that is also nothing will happen. m1 it moves with a speed v1, and let us suppose this is m2 moves with a speed v2. Let us suppose this will make an angle theta1 and this will make an angle theta2 after the collision. So I consider 2 particles of masses m1, m2. m1 moves with a speed u1 and going to strikes the m2 which is at rest. Going to strikes the m2 which is at rest. Only formulas are enough, no need to worry. See the concept how I am extending, that's it. Here after the collision m1 moves somewhere by making an angle theta 1 along the horizontal, theta 1 with respect to the horizontal. m2 moving with a speed v2 by making an angle theta 2 with the horizontal. Okay, then let us write the conservation of linear momentum formula for this. Conservation of momentum. So here conservation of momentum is possible along x-axis, along y-axis. We can write two equations. Conservation of linear momentum along x-axis, conservation of linear momentum along y-axis. Why? Because this m1 v1 we can resolve into two components. m1 v1, you know how to resolve the components. m1 v1 cos theta 1 and what is this? m1 v1 sin theta 1. Got it? Because there is a momentum along x-axis, there is a momentum along y-axis. So that's why there are two momentums. Okay, one is along x-axis, one is along y-axis. Coming to m2 v2. So m2 v2 cos theta 2 and this is, you know how to resolve the components. m2 v2 sin theta 2. Now the momentum along x-axis, right? Momentum along x-axis. Momentum along x-axis means total momentum before the collision along x-axis, which is equals to total momentum after the collision along x-axis. Total momentum before collision along x-axis m1 u1 plus 0, m2 u2 0. After the collision m1 v1 cos theta 1 plus m2 v2 cos theta 2. So what is the formula now? m1 u1 which is equivalent to m1 v1 cos theta 1 m2 v2 cos theta 2. Keep this is something equation 1. Okay, keep the equation 1 and along y-axis, along y-axis before the collision there is no momentum, but after the collision one momentum is upward, one momentum is downwards. So along y-axis we can write directly before the collision momentum 0, after the collision m1 v1 sin theta 1 minus m2 v2 sin theta 2. Why I am writing minus means opposite. So formula m1 v1 sin theta 1 which is equivalent to m2 v2 sin theta 2. This is equation number 2. Okay, I got equation number 2. Anyhow, we are discussing elastic collision. So one more principle is said to be valid. From what? From law of conservation of kinetic energy. Total kinetic energy before collision half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square 0, half m1 v1 square half m2 v2 square. See, I got 1, 2, 3. Equation 1 I am getting, 2 I am getting, 3 I am getting. See, from these 3 equations, by solving these 3 equations, we will get v1 value, v2 value. This is the concept. Okay, no need to solve, no need to get the equations of v1, v2. Okay, no need to get here. Okay, by using equation 1, equation 2, equation 3, we will get v1, v2. So this is the two-dimensional collision concept. Okay, let me give one. For example, if these two are identical masses, I think you know in elastic collision, if they are identical masses, they will exchange their velocity. Here, if these two are identical masses, if they collide in a two-dimensional way, then after the collision, these two particles will fly off and the angle between those two will be 90 degrees. Means they will move perpendicular to each other. If they are identical, of course that also I can verify. Anyhow, that I am going to give in assignment sheets. So, if these two are identical, if m1, m2 are identical, then after the collision, both particles will fly perpendicular to each other. After the collision, keep in mind, both particles will fly perpendicular to each other. Okay, if for example, say masses are cancelled, V1 is equal to V2 sin theta 1, some values will come. I will give you one problem, basic. Take this. Okay, I am going to give problems in assignment sheet. So if they given this mass something 2 kg, velocity some 4 meter per second, this is something 4 kg, something this is 0, and after the collision this is moves with some 30 degrees, this is moves some 60 degrees, 30, 60. If they given, then in place of m1, 2 into 4, 2 into v1 we can find, we have to find v1 cos 30 plus this is 4 v2 cos 60, you will get one equation. Use along y axis. This is something if they given 4, just you if it is something given 4 kg, this is something 2 meter per second. For example, I am giving now. This is something 2 kg. This is, let us take it as 30 degrees. Let us suppose this is 60 degrees. You extend it. We will get the V1, V2 values. Just I am giving just some outline data. Okay, in these same problems I am going to cover in assignment sheets. See, this is what 4. U is 2, 4 V1 we don't know, cos 30, root 3 by 2, 2 V2 we don't know, cos 60, 1 by 2. See, I am getting one equation. What is one equation? 8 is equals to, don't write, just check, see once. 4V1 root 3 by 2. So, this is 2 V1 root 3 plus V2, equation 1, and if I use the same values here, just I am writing, don't write, just you observe it. 4 V1 sin 30. Okay, here I am, let me write here. 4 V1 sin 30 is 1 by 2, 2 V2 sin 60, root 3 by 2, 2 cancel, 2 2s are, so V1 is equals to root 3 by 2 V2. So, I got V1, substitute this V1 here. Okay, no need to write, just you see, substitute V1, 8 is equals to 2, what is V1? Root 3 by 2, root 3 plus V2, 2, root 3, 3. Take 3 left, 8 minus 3, 5. What is V2? 5 meter per second. See, I got V2 5. Once I got V2 5, what is V1? Root 3 by 2 into 5. 2.5 root 3 meter per second. So, if they given the values, just you follow the equation 1, equation 2 and solve it, you will get it. No need of kinetic energy also. By using conservation of momentum, we can guess direct answers. Okay. Take the conservation of momentum along x-axis, you will get one equation. Take conservation of momentum along y-axis, one more equation. Solve the two equations, we will get the V1, V2 values. What is our target? We have to find the final velocities after the collision in 2 dimensions. Okay, from elastic, from 1 dimension onwards also, every time we are finding final velocities after the collision. Here also simple. By using conservation of momentum, we can get the answers. Anyhow, I given some outline words. Here M1 I have taken for example, M1, M2, U2. We got the answers. Okay. If these two masses are equal, then after the collision, they will move perpendicular to each other. Keep in mind. If they are identical, then after the collision, they will move perpendicular to each other. That also I will show you in the next sessions. Okay. Means in assignments I will give you. And see one more. Take this. Okay. So don't write all these things. Anyhow, written the only equations of 2 dimension. Yeah, I have written the only equations of 2 dimension. And see, if it is an inelastic collision, this is the elastic collision, so there is no problem. If it is an inelastic collision, inelastic collision in 2D. Some complicated formulas will come. Inelastic collision in 2D. So, in case of inelastic collision, generally I use a word called as line of impact. Line of impact. I think you will learn this name in laws of motion, in constraint equations. Otherwise, just you see. For example, this is one sphere, this is another sphere. This is the central point, this is the central point, and this is the normal, this is also normal. See the common normal, this is the common normal for the two bodies. This common normal we can call it as line of impact. Okay, common normal to the surfaces called as line of impact. Okay, or for suppose one body moving like this, one body moving in this direction. This is the motion of the body. One more body moving in this direction. See, this is called as, this dotted line is there, no? This dotted line is called as, let us suppose if it is something A, this is a B, this dotted line called as a line of motion of that body A, line of motion of that body A, and this dotted line is a line of motion of that body B, and for these two lines of motions there is a one common point. If I draw a line like this is the common line. If I draw a common normal, then this common normal we can call it as line of impact, line of impact. Okay, so for suppose, I think you know this concept like in wedge constraint. If a ball falls like this, see, this is the motion of the ball, this is the motion of the ball, and here if I draw a normal to this body and these two normals will meet like this. See, this is called as common normal, nothing but line of impact. See, this is the line of impact. What is this? Line of impact. Okay, by using this line of impact, let us continue inelastic collision in 2 dimensions. Okay, so the line passing through the common normal to the surface called as line of impact. If you want to write means just you write it, the line passing through the common normal to the surfaces. The line passing through the common normal to the surfaces called as line of impact, line of impact. Okay, so let us see inelastic collision in 2D. See, only equations you write it, no need to worry about the inelastic collision, just you see. M1, let us suppose M1 moves like this with an angle something alpha 1. Okay, one more M2 moves with U2 with an angle alpha 2 before the collision. Okay, alpha 2 before the collision. And see, collision is inelastic, something E will be there, small e is there. And after the collision, this M1, after the collision, M1 have speed V1 by making some other angle beta 1. They are moving different directions, alpha 1, alpha 2, 2 dimensions. If I take both alpha, 1 dimension, now beta 1, other one, let us suppose V2 by an angle beta 2. See, all angles are different means what? 1 dimension or 2 dimension? 2 dimension. Okay, now see, complicated things these are. If you resolve the components, M1 U1 cos alpha 1, M1 along the axis, M1 U1 cos alpha 1, along the tangential axis, nothing but perpendicular axis, normal axis, M1 U1 sin alpha 1, M2 U2 cos alpha 1, m2 u2 sin alpha 1, here m1 v1 cos beta 1, m1 v1 sin beta 1, here m1 m2 v2 cos beta 2, m2 v2 sin beta 2. See how complicated is this. See, really there are so many components. Each body have components before the collision, each body have components after the collision. Components nothing but is a one dimensional collision or a two dimensional collision? No doubt this is a two dimensional collision, and I told you this is an inelastic collision. Inelastic collision means definitely this body have coefficient of inelastic coefficient of restitution. Okay, so you feel that semi inelastic, not a perfectly inelastic. If it is a perfectly inelastic, E value 0. Okay, so semi inelastic this semi. Now let me write direct formula, because writing momentum is very tough. Along the axis one formula, along the perpendicular axis one more formula. For example, if only formulas are enough, means how I am extending the formulas, that is enough. In problems they will give all these values, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, maybe this is some 35 degrees, 37 degrees, this is 53 degrees. They will give the values in problems in some JE, some other level. Okay, this is almost some good level of question this is. Okay, here momentum along axis. Okay, so this is some tangential axis. This is tangential axis, perpendicular tangential axis. Okay, and this is along axis. Along axis, momentum before is what? m1 u1 cos alpha 1. Just you see how I am writing formulas, that is enough. m1 u1 cos alpha 1 plus m2 u2 cos alpha 2, which is equivalent to momentum m1 v1 cos beta 1 plus m2 v2 cos beta 2. Along x-axis completed. Okay, write this one along x-axis. Let us write along y-axis some sine component. Okay, so along y-axis, along tangential, along perpendicular. So this is, so u1 cos theta 1, sorry, not theta 1, alpha 1, u1 sin alpha 1. So m1 u1 sin alpha 1, m2 u2 sin alpha 2, m1 v1 cos beta 1, m2 v2 cos beta 2. See, is it y cos? No, I think it is sin only, no? So this is sin, vertical. So sin beta 1, sin beta 2. So I am getting two equations. This is one equation, this is two equations. I will get number of equations like this, 1, 2. Okay, okay. Now see, these are two equations. In some problems, sometimes they may give like this. Okay, you write later, just you see. If there is no force acting along the tangential axis, if there is no force along the tangential axis, then we can write like this. If there is no force along the tangential axis, then we can write two more formulas. If there is no force in this direction, just you balance this one. m1 u1 sin alpha 1 is balanced by, there is no force along this direction, means m1 v1 sin beta 1. This is something number 3. And m2 u2 sin alpha 2, m2 v2 sin beta 2, equation number 4. See how many equations I am getting. If there is no force along the tangential line, just you balance m1 u1 sin alpha 1 before collision, which is equal to m1 v1 sin beta 1 after the collision, and m2 u2 sin alpha 2 before, m2 v2 sin beta 2 after. Okay, in the same way, if we extend you will get coefficient of restitution. Now let me write the coefficient of restitution directly, because deriving is very complicated. Means you take this value into other value and take u value. So some complicated calculations. Let me follow one logic. So let me write here coefficient of restitution. Okay, coefficient of restitution. Write down the formula and just you see how I am writing formula directly. Without deriving, I am going to write this shortcut formula. Just you see how I am going to write. What is our coefficient of restitution formula? V2 minus V1 by V2 minus V1 is after the collision. V2 minus V1 is after the collision by U1 minus U2. Along the axis I am writing now, because there is no force along the tangential line. Then I am writing coefficient of restitution with respect to the x-axis, along the axis. V2 minus V1. V2 nothing but V2 cos beta 2. Yeah, what is V2? If it is moving along a straight line, beta to 0, V2. V2 cos beta 2, V2 minus V1. V1 cos beta 1. Got it? By U1 minus U2. U1 cos alpha 1, U2 cos alpha 2. Direct. Answer completed. So, direct formula. Keep in mind. It will help a lot in some advanced level papers. Means in some good level of question papers. JEE. So, V2 cos beta 2 minus V1 cos beta 1 by U1 cos alpha 1 minus U2 cos alpha 2. Keep the formula in mind. Okay, in the same manner, let us write V1, V2 equations after the collision. So far you know V1, V2 equations in elastic collision. That is easy. In elastic, I converted directly 1 plus E I substituted. In front of M2, I written E. That 2 I replaced as 1 plus E. I hope you remember all these things. Now, in this situation, let us write the V1 value, V2 value. It's not easy. Let us write it now. Completed this? Yeah. Now let me write V1 formula. What is V1? V1 is the velocity of the body after the collision. V2 is the velocity of the second body after the collision. Now target is to write V1, V2 formulas. So before deriving this, let me write V1, V2 formulas in direct shortcut way. So just you see how I am going to write the shortcut formula for this one. Written the E. See, now I am writing final velocities in inelastic collision 2 dimension. Final velocities. So let me write along the axis. V1 becomes V1 cos beta. V1 is then V1 is our target. V1 becomes V1 cos theta. Let me write like this. V1 cos beta 1. V1 nothing but V1 cos beta 1. Okay. If beta 1 is given some angle, that is, if it is 0, cos 0, 1, V1 we got. Okay. I will show you how we will get the previous formula also. V1 cos beta 1. And what is our formula? Difference M2 minus M1. What is M1 minus M2? Just you see, M1 minus M2, nothing but EM2 into U1. U1 nothing but U1 cos alpha 1. U1 nothing but U1 cos alpha 1 along the axis I am writing by M1 plus M2. This is one formula. Okay, just you see, plus 2M2. 2 I am replacing as 1 plus E. 2 I written as 1 plus E. M2. U2 nothing but U2 cos alpha 2. U2 cos alpha 2 by M1 plus M2. In the same way, let us write V2. I'll verify, don't worry, just you see first. V2 cos beta 2, just you change this term. M1 will be replaced by m2, E as it is, this is m1 by m1 plus m2, u1 cos alpha 1, u1 nothing but u2, this is cos alpha 2, u1 nothing but u2, u2 cos alpha 2 plus 1 plus E m2 u2 cos alpha 2, sorry, m2 means what, m2 nothing but m1, u2 nothing but u1 cos alpha 1, 2 replaced by 1 by m1 plus m2. See, direct this, we are getting this formula. Just you substitute, all particles are moving along a straight line, and just you listen, all are moving along a straight line. Straight line means what are alpha 1, alpha 2? 0. Alpha 1, alpha 2? 0. Beta 1, beta 2? 0. Feel that perfectly elastic collision, head on elastic collision, one dimensional collision. Feel alpha 1, alpha 2, 0, beta 1, beta 2, 0, and one more, E value 1, E value 1. Just you substitute here is V1 cos beta 1, beta 1 0, V1. So V1 cos beta 1 is 0, means cos 0 is 1, V1, M1 minus E value 1, M1 minus M2, U1 cos 0, 1, M1 plus M2. So our formula M1 minus M2 into U1 by M1 plus M2, got it. And 1 plus E, nothing but 1 plus 1, 2, 2 M2 U2 cos 0 is 1 by M1 plus M2. So this formula is correct. Even just verify this also, that is also correct. Check it. So I got final velocities equations. Okay, don't feel as a trouble. This is just you try to catch it. Depth is so much, just I am extending like this. Inelastic collision in 2 dimension. Okay. Let me give one problem. Take these equations. I will give you one simple problem, and so at least you target the coefficient of restitution formula for this case, and final velocities in 2-dimensional inelastic collision. Okay, you try one simple questions. Let me solve one problem. Completed? See, if m1 is moving, for example, if m1 is moving with speed u1, means 2 kg moving with speed 4 meter per second, and strikes another body which is at rest. Okay, see, let us suppose, okay, let me give 4 kg mass, write down the question, simple question, 4 kg mass moves with a speed of 4 meter per second and strikes 2 kg mass at rest. Then find final velocities of the masses after the collision. Final velocity nothing but after the collision only. So after the collision. So E value given 0.5. They given E value 0.5. Simple question, just for getting some confidence I given simple question. Inelastic collision question. E value is given 0.5. E is 0.5. Try this problem. 4 kg mass moves with a speed of 4 meter per second. Okay, this is 4 kg moves with 4 meter per second and strikes 2 kg, that is at rest. Then after the collision, what are V1, V2? Anyhow, we have a formula. What is V1 formula? We call once M1 E M2 by M1 plus M2 U1 plus 1 plus E M2 U2 by M1 plus M2. Substitute the values. M1 4, M2 E 1.5 nothing but 1 by 2, 0.5 nothing but 1 by 2. Okay, 1 by 2, M2 2, U1 4, next 4 plus 2 6, 1 plus E 1 plus 1 by 2, M2 2, U2 0, so no need to write this one. So this is going to be 0. 3 into 4, 12 by 6. Check it. Find V2. Find V2. Find V2 value. Time is not sufficient to verify the perpendicular concept. Anyhow, find V2. V2 is equals to formula M2, M1 replaced by M2, E M1 by M1 plus M2, U2. Just I am changing 1 as a 2. See, I am writing like this only every time. I remember only one formula, starting one formula. 1 plus E M1 U1 by M1 plus M2. Then what is M2? 2 kg. E 1 by 2, 4 by 6, U2 0. This is 0, no need to write actually. So this is going to be 0. 1 plus 1 by 2, M1 4, 4, 6. This is 0. Okay. 3 by 2 into 16 by 6. Okay. 3, 2, 2, 2. How much it is? 4 meter per second. Okay. 4 meter per second. So these type of questions I am going to give in assignment sheet. So anyhow, use all these formulas and try to solve some assignment sheet problems. Okay. Next I will continue some assignment sheet questions also. No need to worry. See, so far in a collisions, only remember one first common formula. First formula, elastic collision. One formula is V1 is equal to. I am repeating again now. Just remember the first formula. Final velocities of the first body in case of elastic collision. What is V1? V1 is equals to M1 minus M2 into U1 by M1 plus M2 plus 2 M2 U2 by M1 plus M2. And how to get the second? How to get the second V2? Just you change 1 as a 2 in the first formula. V1 replaced by V2. In a first M1 minus M2 is there. Just you write M2 minus M1. M2 minus M1 by M1 plus M2. U1 replaced by U2. And 2 M1 U1 by M1 plus M2. So, in the same way, if you want to get the formula in inelastic collision, in place of 2, you replace as 1 plus E. If it is a perfectly elastic, E value 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Okay. If it is a perfectly inelastic, E value 0. Only M2 U2 you will get. Perfectly inelastic. Okay. So, in the same way, I extended the formulas in 2-dimensional collisions also. Okay. See, in a collisions, still some questions also there, good level of questions. A ball falls on a wedge, and if it rebounds and follows like a parabolic path, where it will fall, at what distance it will fall, that also we can find. So based on the time and situation, I will continue those questions also. See, so far what I covered is, just I started the collisions in the last 2-3 sessions. We know the meaning of collision, elastic collision, inelastic collision for subjective point of view, and I derived relative velocity of approach before the collision, which is equivalent to relative velocity of separation after the collision, that also covered. And later on we entered into the some energy concepts, okay, kinetic energy, and some special cases I written, okay, special case also. If M1, if identical masses are collided elastically, then what about the velocities? Velocities are exchanges, okay. If the same identical masses are collided elastically in 2 dimension, no doubt after the collision the two masses will fly perpendicular to each other. This I will show you in the next sessions, okay. If two identical masses are collided elastically in 2 dimensional, okay, not in 1 dimension. If it is 1 dimension, after the collision the velocities of the two bodies are exchanged. V1 becomes u2, V2 becomes u1, that we done it, okay. If the same identical masses are collided in a 2 dimension, then after the collision the two particles will fly perpendicular to each other. This I will show you in the next sessions. And later we covered inelastic collision, loss of kinetic energy, and ballistic pendulum concept, okay. Use all these concepts and try to solve problem from not only our assignment sheets, you try to solve problems from any type of textbook. Definitely you will find all the formulas. Means by using this knowledge, no doubt you are going to solve the problems, okay. So from almost this chapter onwards I started with some PUC level, slowly entered into the entrance, okay. Not much depth is covered, still depth is there. Finally we have to stop, that's it, okay. So almost some good level we reached, okay. I started from PUC level, entered into the KSET, almost reached into the NEET and a little bit JE, okay. Based on the situation I will cover some other depth questions also, okay. So take this one, I will continue some more things in the next.